I'm recording. Awesome. Should we get started then?
Yeah, can do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So, hello everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Devil. Thank you all for listening today. It's a Talk of the Devil. If you didn't know, it's a news-based game show. Now, what that means is we play some games related to the news. It means we play some games not related to the news because why not? And there will also be some songs and some other things as well. I'm Oliver Johnson. I'm your host today. Thank you very much for joining us. And Talk of the Devils, there's some contestants too. Introduce yourselves.
I'm John. There. I always like the awkward silence whenever I host. I ask people to introduce themselves, but I never specify an order. So it's like everyone's like is to jump in, but I'm gonna jump in. I'm John, and I am here. I don't have anything else to say about myself.
I'm Patrick Burton. I'm a big fan of the Corbin Blue movie Jump In, which John has very kindly reminded us all of. And I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
I love that movie so much.
All right, I admit it. I'm Chloe.
Okay.
And,
wow.
and I'm Tristan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Tristan. It's not like I've known you for over a
year.
year now.
Yes.
Beautiful. Well, thank you all for introducing yourselves and thank you for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. If you didn't join me, then I would just be sat here recording alone, which is how I spend most evenings. But it's okay. So, should we jump into the first round then?
Hell yeah.
Do we have any questions before we begin?
Where do babies come from? No one will tell me.
Questions I can answer.
Okay. No, I'm
Okay.
fine then.
No, okay, that's beautiful. Okay, so the first round is called good advice, bad advice, and terrible advice, which what that effectively means is I will give you a problem, and then one of you will give me good advice, one of you will give me bad advice, one of you will give me terrible advice, and I will pick the one which I like the most. One
So
of you
hear
will...
me out, Ollie.
Okay.
So good advice, bad advice, terrible advice. That's 3 roles. There's 4 of us.
God, Chloe, it's like you read my mind. So I have 4 problems I will need help with,
Ooh.
and one of you will sit out each time. Yeah, that's the best solution I had.
Okay,
to
that's
that
fair. I was just like,
Exactly.
Chloe, I did the exact same thing a week ago when I was hosting with 4 contestants. But the thing is, I hadn't prepared. It didn't click in my mind that there were 4 people. So I was just like on the spot. I was like, oh shit, I've only got 3. Oh, sorry for swearing. I've got 3 problems, but I've got 4 contestants. So it's just like, right, one of you is going to sit out, and I had to get a 4th problem up in double quick time. But yes, it was fine because Pat plethora of problems. So we'll interrupt. Back to the game.
I had 4 contestants on one occasion, and I thought maybe I could invent a 4th flavor of advice. But in the end, I didn't because I couldn't think of a good one. But, that's an option for you, Ollie.
Other than,
it is
the obvious choice of great advice.
I wasn't gonna do it. No, I wasn't gonna do it today because I couldn't be bothered. But I was considering doing no advice, so you just respond with something completely irrelevant to the topic.
Oh, genius!
But I think I'll save that for another day.
All important updates which may feature on future episodes of Talk of the Devil.
Exactly. See, this is the type of
this is how we get them coming back.
Information.
This is how we do it, guys, right? This is how we build an audience.
Okay. So, the first problem. So, I'm just going to go down and someone's going to miss it in each one. So, Chloe, you'll skip out this first round, but you'll get 3 future opportunities. Okay, so the first round. This is inspired by my new favourite TV show on Netflix, The American Barbecue Showdown. So, my new neighbours invite me to a 24-man barbecue. I would say no due to COVID rules, but my neighbour is a world champion pitmaster and I love a good barbecue. Help? Okay, so the good advice will be Tristan. The bad advice will be John, and the terrible advice will be Patrick. I should have said that beforehand, but
That's okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So, Tristan, whenever you're ready.
Okay, so basically, unfortunate though this is, it is important to prioritize health and the law above, everything else. So you're gonna have to sit this one out for the time being, but hopefully once the whole COVID situation has gone away, you'll be able to have a new 24-person barbecue, and it will be like nothing ever went wrong, and it will be brilliant. But that might be in a couple of years' time, so you'll have to be patient.
I hope so, Tristan. I hope so.
Yes, it
John,
will happen.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. John, bad advice.
All right. So the big problem here is how do you maintain the social distance at the barbecue? Now, the answer is all you have to do to be socially distant. All you've got to do is not socialize. So you rock up to the barbecue, talk to nobody. You don't say hello. You don't give a friendly smile. You just take your meat, sit in the corner, wolfing it down. You might come back for seconds, and you just hold your plate out to the cook, to the barbecuer, until he slaps some more burgers or hot dogs on your plate, and then you leave without saying goodbye. Awesome barbecue. Thank you.
Wow, I never thought I'd hear John Lee use the phrase "wolf your meat" or whatever it was, but it was beautiful, and I hope to hear it many times in the future. Patrick, terrible advice.
Can we swear? I forgot to ask before we started.
John, can we swear?
Yes. We've had a lot on shows in the past.
Yes,
yeah, it's
I
fine.
just wanted to check before I gave my answer. Okay, this is the terrible advice.
No.
Just say you're Boris Johnson's dad, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I forgot that he existed. Actually, I forgot he broke the rules. He was like going to Greece and stuff, wasn't he, on
He went to
holiday?
pissing
Just went on
Greece.
holiday.
I forgot about that. That's exciting.
What's the point of staying inside for all year if I can't top up my tan?
Very, very true. I mean, I can't relate as I'm the palest man on the planet, but I relate to your struggles. Right. So, which one should I pick? Oh, they're all good. They're all good. I'm thinking I'm going to go for Mr. John Lee. Is the one
Yes.
I'm enjoying. So, John, you get the first point. Let me make a note of that. I don't want anyone.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
You can all many future opportunities to gain points. But there we are. So the second round. This is also.
That's gonna happen. I'm gonna win them all. Sorry, go on.
John's going to go for a clean sweep. There we are. So, the second round of good advice, bad advice, terrible advice. This is inspired by something which happened just a few weeks ago to me. So,
Of
I
course.
was feeling a bit ill, and I googled my symptoms, and it turns out that myself, a 20-year-old cis male, is having twins. How do I break the unexpected news to family and friends? So we'll go Chloe, good advice, John... Wait, no, I messed up. Right. John, good advice, Patrick, bad advice, Chloe, terrible advice, and Tristan, you'll miss this one out.
Okay.
Here we are.
Should I start? Right.
Sorry. Yeah, good advice, John. Go
Sure.
ahead.
No worries. Okay, well, it's hard, but you're just going. There's no easy way to do it. You're just gonna have to arrange with them through phone calls or text or whatever. You're gonna have to arrange with them a time to sit down with them. Tell them it's something important, that you come together as a family and sit down and hear this important thing that you have to tell them. Yeah, and then just do it. Yeah, just tell them. No easy way. Right, thanks.
Just do it. That's John sponsored by Nike.
Sponsored by Nike. Other sportswear brands are available.
Like
Beautiful.
Nike.
God. What is this show? It's already a shambles. We've only been here like 10 minutes. Right. Bad advice. Was that Patrick? Yeah, Patrick.
That wasn't me. Now, okay. Are we all familiar with the film Alien?
Yes, I am.
So, the scene, the mess hall or cafeteria, whatever it is they actually call it, where, you know, the parasitic alien comes out of the belly of one of the crewmates, right? Okay, what you've got to do is you've got to sit your family and friends down, watch Alien, just be like, guys, okay, here we are, boom. And then, like, that scene comes on, and then after it happens, you know, you pause it, you're like, right, guys, now, here's the thing, okay? That man right there, you know, he has every right to give birth to a weird parasitic alien life form that wants to kill all living things, all right? Like, you know, I mean, you've just got to, like, talk him through how, like, you know, that man has every right, you know, do that kind of thing, and, like, it's totally normal and acceptable, and it happens all the time in 80s Hollywood movies, so it's got to be okay now, and that's what I would do. You've got to give them, like, you know, like a bit of a, what's the word, a segue, you know, into understanding your situation.
I see. That's beautiful. And using one of my favourite films as a pop culture segue as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
That's especially a very good idea. Thank you very much for that, Patrick. Chloe, I want some terrible advice from you.
So, right, you've probably heard in America of gender reveal parties where people are gathering together and finding unique and often very ways to reveal the gender of their child. Now, obviously, we don't know the gender of your twins yet, but I feel like we could take the concept of a gender reveal party and apply it to this setting. So, you know how there's been wildfires started by these gender reveal parties?
Yeah, millions, nearly billions of dollars worth of damages across 3 states. Yeah.
Right, let's go one step further, right? You need 2 parties because you're having twins. 2 gender reveal parties because you're having twins. So why don't you just set off 2 different volcanoes to go off at the same time, and then from the smoke and the ash, all your family and friends will go, "It's twins!"
So you get coloured balloons to come out with the app.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful piece of terrible advice. Thank you very much for that, Chloe.
Alternatively, they all die in the eruptions, and you just don't have to tell them.
Exactly.
You know what? With that, I think I'm gonna go for Chloe for my point there.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for helping me, John.
Oh, John, sorry, no clean sweep for John. I see.
Not that I want my family or friends to die from my twin reveal volcanoes, but that's not what I want. In case any of them listen to this, but there we are. So round 3, I believe it'll be Patrick with the good advice. Is that correct? Was it? Oh,
yes.
I got that right. Yeah, Patrick with good advice, Chloe with bad advice, Tristan with terrible advice. John, you sit this one out.
I'm still gonna win.
This was not inspired by anything. This was inspired by my lack of creativity and I had to write some stuff down. So, I've just taken a university module on the social issues of hunger. Turns out, it's just a Hunger Games. How do I win and get a good grade from my lecturer?
Okay.
Right, so Patrick, good advice.
Okay, now I'm sure you are at least familiar with the basic concept of the Hunger Games. It's quite a cultural phenomenon, but I think very important strategies. You've got 3 days to prepare, right? Okay, you've got to really hone in. You've got to really find something quickly that you are good at, and you have to really specialize in that. It's not as good to generalize. You've got to specialize in one thing, whether that be archery, like Katniss, or if you want to go a bit more close combat, you can get like some other stuff there. I personally would recommend something like they do have spears and things like that, so you have a bit of range, but you're not totally defenseless up close. That's what I would say. You can keep people at range. That's a good one. So you've got to really focus on that. Now, when you are deployed, when the game starts, you have to run away. Do not go to the cornucopia. It's a terrible, terrible idea. Okay. Then honestly, you just kind of have to wait it out, and you've got to really make sure that you're constantly moving, and hopefully you will be able to do quite well from that. I can only wish you the best of luck otherwise, and hope that you are in one of the from one of the career districts, and you get loads of free stuff. All right.
That was way more detailed than I was expecting. Thank you very, very much for that, Patrick.
That's quite right. It also helps if you play Minecraft Hunger Games servers.
I see. You have some background knowledge.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. If I am ever in that situation, I feel very well prepared now, so thank you for that.
Right.
But I'm also looking for some bad advice. Chloe, do you have any bad advice for me?
So, right, I don't fully remember what happens in Hunger Games, right? But if I remember correctly, Katniss volunteers as a tribute instead of her sister, right?
That is correct,
That's
yes.
So why don't you just find somebody else to volunteer as a tribute for you? And then they'll go and do it. They'll probably do better than you would have done. And then you'll still be alive at the end to go and get a decent grade.
That's true. Thank you very much. I don't like your lack of confidence in my ability in the Hunger Games. With they'll probably do better than you would have done. I'm sure I do very, very well. Thank you very much, Chloe. But I understand what you're saying, and thank you very much. Tristan, some terrible advice, please.
Well, if you've read the books of the Hunger Games, you will know that many of the characters in it decide that they're going to try and launch a revolution to overthrow the whole system of having the Hunger Games. Now, my advice on that is that it's an absolutely terrible idea. You should not, under any circumstances, get involved in any revolutions that may be happening, because if you do, it will be impossible for you to become a stooge to the government after you win the Hunger Games. And being a stooge to the government is great. They give you free stuff, and they're nice to you as long as you obey them in their every word, and they don't kill your family, basically. No losses there. So what you've got to do, you've just got to accept the system. And part of that means, it's just nature. You might die and you might not. It doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, someone's going to be a stooge to the government, and it might be you and it might be someone else. So you've just got to go out there and give it your best shot. And if you die, that's just tough beans.
Beautiful. Wow, that really hit home for me, Tristan. I don't know what it was. I was thinking Patrick was gonna steal it the entire way, but then you came in at that last couple of lines. I really felt it deep in my soul. So I think I'm gonna have to go for Tristan.
Oh man, yeah.
I'm sorry, Patrick.
No, it's good, bro.
There we are, Tristan. You get a point. There, make sure I make a note of this. Right, now round 4. Now I believe who's missing out on this one? I forgot.
I will be missing out.
You'll be missing out on this one. So it's Chloe, good advice. Tristan, bad advice. John, terrible advice, I believe.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so this is the 4th problem. My piggy bank is embezzling money from me. How do I make a case which a judge would take seriously?
Okay, so first off, you need to find the right lawyer, because this is probably something that's happened before, right? You can't be a unique case. So finding a lawyer who specialises in that sort of area, speak to them and make sure that when you sit down with them, they feel like someone you can trust and that they're going to believe what you say. Because it's a long way in a legal case. So make sure you've got a good lawyer on side. And maybe make the case public, make people aware, because you never know, other people might be having the same problem too, and if they're having the same problem and also want to pursue legal claims, it'll make you look better in court.
Thank you. I mean, imagine going to law school and spending all those years, time and money to become a piggy bank money embezzler specialist.
That's where all the money's at, bro.
It could be a big field.
Okay, maybe I should change my degree subject and go into law. Maybe that'll be my life plan. They'll have to see. Tristan, some bad advice, please.
Well, you could do what Chloe said, but ultimately, you just too much hassle. Cut your losses and call it a day. You not got enough money because it's being embezzled? Get another job, mate. Goodness me, you lazy pants. Easy peasy. That's my advice.
So your advice would cut my losses and get another job.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's not what
You're only
not what I
working 40 hours a week? Not enough. 60 hours a week.
More.
More. 80, 100.
Needs to get a bigger engine, as my dad says. That's his line. Thank you. I'll take that into account. I'm not sure if there's any jobs going at the minute, but I'll have a look out and bear it in mind.
You're not looking hard enough.
I see. That's true.
You need to give your CV into every shop on the street. It always works. Every time.
Every single time. There we are. Every
60%
time.
of the time, it works every time.
There we are. John, some terrible advice, please.
Okay. So, my thinking is, God damn it. I mean, it's so hard to win a legal case against a piggy bank. So what you want to do is you don't want to take them to court. You want to take them on head on yourself. And this means you need to fight your piggy bank with a hammer. You need to have a showdown. The piggy bank on one end of the bridge, you on the other end of the bridge. You slowly start walking towards each other. And Dragon Ball Z plays as you leap into battle. You destroy that pig. And walk away with the dog.
That's beautiful. Firstly, I that would make me appear much cooler than I am as a person, but also I feel that the defeating the pig to gain control of my money, there's some type of metaphor in there, and I appreciated that. So I think I'm going to go for John for that round. So there we are. Well done, John. You've got a second point. So the points at the end of that round. In fourth place, we have Patrick with 0 points.
Love it.
In joint second place, we have Chloe and Tristan with a point each.
Nice.
And then in first place with 2 whole points, we have Mr. John Lee. Congratulations, John. But don't worry for everyone else. You have more than enough time to catch up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick song break. Just to let you know, I know you guys who have played before know, but if anyone may be listening for the first time, what happens is there's going to be 3 songs played, and either the song title or the title of the artist or the lyrics involved all link to a story which has been in the news recently. And effectively, I want you to tell me the story. So that's what. So make sure to make a note down of all the songs which I'll be playing, and hopefully you can get the story later on. So the first song will be Skyfall by Adele. That will be the first song we'll be playing. So make a note of that. But in the meantime, whilst you're listening to this song and having a think about what the news story could be, I'm gonna give you another problem which I want help with. I just want it's just your most creative answers. I want you to think of it during the song, and then when we come back, you'll be able to tell me and hopefully win some points. So the problem I need help with is, due to being eternally single, my sweet grandmother sets me up with a nice young girl from the village. Unfortunately, that girl is 35. How do I get out of the date without upsetting my grandmother? So I want your most creative solutions to that, please. And again, think of the song and how it could link together whilst we're listening to Skyfall by Adele.
Awesome. See you soon.
See you soon.
This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel the earth move and then is the end. I've drowned and dreamt this moment, so overdue I owe them. Swept away, I'm stolen. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, I'll face it all together. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, I'll face it all together. Let sky fall. That sky falls. Skyfall is where we start. 1,000 miles and poles apart, where worlds collide and days are dark. You may have my number, you can take my name, but you'll never have my heart. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, I'll face it all together. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, I'll face it all together. Let sky fall. When it crumbles, we will stand tall. Let the sky fall. When it crumbles, we will stand tall. Where you go, I go. What you see, I see. I know I'll never be without the security. All your loving arms keeping me from harm. Put your hand in my hand and we'll stand. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, I'll face it all together. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, I'll face it all together. Let the sky fall. Let the sky fall. We'll stand tall. Let sky
Wow, that was lovely, wasn't it? That was
What
Skyfall.
an amazing tune.
Oh yeah.
It really is. What a lovely song. That was Skyfall by Adele. I hope you all enjoyed your little song break, you guys. I hope you've been thinking of some creative answers to my problem as well. I'll read it again just to remind everybody. So, due to being eternally single, my sweet grandmother sets me up with a local girl from the village. Unfortunately, she's 35. How do I get out of the date without upsetting my grandmother? So that's the problem. Should we go? I'll just go in the order you're listed on my screen. So, Chloe, you go first.
Okay, so dating and love are often to be said, often compared to being like a game, right? You know, the game of love. So why not play a game to get out of this date? Specifically, what I'm thinking here is making a human-sized version of the classic board game Mousetrap. All you have to do is construct all the traps in a giant size and then play the game with her. And your grandma, can't be mad with you if you just tell her that your date ate some plastic cheese and then got kicked halfway across the valley by a giant boot. The only condition is you also need to make sure you don't lose. You need to make sure she's the one who loses the game. But, other than that, this is a pretty fun.
It sounds like a great plan. I'm a big fan of board games, so the Mousetrap link was very good, and I enjoyed it very much. Tristan, do you have some creative answers for me?
Well, this is one thing you could do, is to compile a very long, 500-page dossier. And the dossier documents all of your demands as a partner, all of the foods that you like and dislike, all of the TV shows that you will insist on watching and prevent her from watching if you end up living together. All of the things like that, all of the most interesting quirks that you have as a person, that will make you particularly interesting to be in a relationship with. Interesting in an off-putting way, obviously, because we're hoping that this doesn't make you more attractive. I mean, it may have the disadvantage of other people hearing about it and then not wanting to go on a date with you either, but at least it will help you get out of this one.
Interesting in an off-putting way is my new life motto. Thank you very much, Tristan. John Lee, do you have any creative solutions for me?
Okay. Well, so what you want to do here is, in this situation, you don't want to hurt the feelings of either of the two women, either your grandma or the 35-year-old lady. So you need to find a tactful way to ditch the lady. So at first you go along with it. You agree to take her on a date. You take her to the cinema, and what you take her to watch is the film Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
Because it's a date, very, very romantic, that kind of thing. But she'll be so enthralled by the brilliance of the film that you'll be able to escape the cinema midway through it. And the idea here is she will realise, oh my God, if he left that Oscar-worthy film, better than Citizen Kane, Romeo and Juliet, he must really not hurt. The sadness of this will be overcome by the joy that Romeo and Juliet will bring her. So it will cancel out, and no one's feelings will have been hurt. So perfect.
That's beautiful. I must admit, John, I am yet to see the masterpiece that is Romeo and Juliet. Is this a personal endorsement from you?
Well, it sure as hell is. I was about to say.
You know what, John? Just for you, I'll watch it tonight. And maybe I can let you know in a future episode of Talk of the Devil. Give you my review of the film. That's exciting. So thank you very much, John.
You don't
Patrick.
need to tell me your review; it will be good.
Confidence. That's what we love to see.
No.
Patrick, do you have any creative solutions for me?
Yeah. What you've got to do is you've just got to start gaslighting your gran at every given opportunity until she believes that she has dementia, and then you can theoretically convince her that there was no girl from the village, and actually she does need to be put into a care home, and you don't want to go around anymore because you can't be bothered. I only see benefits from this. Yeah.
Wow. I was not expecting that answer. Also, in addition to the many moral problems with that solution, I'm sure there must be some legal problems too. And for legal reasons, I don't feel I can accept it as my answer. You never know who might be listening to Talk of the Devil in the future. So I'm sorry, Patrick, but very, 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 very interesting idea. I was going to say good idea, but I'm sure there's a large demographic who would definitely endorse that. So who should I go for? And I think I'm going to have to go for Mr. John Lee again. He's storming ahead with 3 points now. John, you came to
was
play.
Infallible advice.
It really was. I mean, I'm sorry the rest of you, but I must admit I am going to watch Romeo and Juliet tonight, John. I made a promise. And I'm going to
Committed to it now.
Yeah.
You can't back out.
I think definitely. Right, so I guess we'll then move on to the next round then. So this is a fill in the blanks round. So I have 2 headlines from the world of news.
Wait, hold on. Can I think I know what the overarching story is. Can I give a guess, please?
Okay, yes. Yeah, well, for the music round.
Yeah.
If you want to, I think is that. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead. Let's see what happens.
The new James Bond film has been delayed next year. Is that what's going on?
I tell you what, he's only gone and done it.
Yeah.
Out loud.
Very, very, very well done, Patrick.
It's your boy.
I was trying to think of a non-James Bond song to display James Bond, but the only one I could come up with was "I Wish I Was James Bond" by Scouting for Girls, and I feel that
it's a little bit on the nose,
really,
isn't it?
exactly. So I went for Skyfall, but who knows? But very, very well done, Patrick. So you've got a point. We'll still see. And you know what? Let's change it up a bit because I'm feeling generous. Because you've got that. So we still have 2 remaining songs to come. What I'll do is before I go to play the song, I'll give you all an opportunity to guess what you think the song may be, given you know the headline. And if any of you get it, I will give you a point. Because why not? So yeah, the official headline. Let me just scroll to my notes. It's making me move. So the new James Bond film, No Time to Die, has been moved for a 3rd time until April 2021. So yeah, that's the story. Much like almost every film, it's being delayed, but it's being delayed again. So there we are. Anyway, back to the round we're on. So we're on fill in the blank. So I will give you the 2 headlines from the world of news with certain words omitted, and effectively you need to guess what those words are. There's 3 words or phrases omitted in each headline, and you get a point for any you get. So what I'll do is I'll say the first headline, I'll say it out fully with the blanks out, and then I'll say, okay, go, and then you can just say, I think this word's this, and if you get it first, you'll get a point. Okay, so the first headline is from the Irish Independent, and it's blanks sandwiches too blank to legally be blank.
Subway sandwiches are too sugary to legally be bread.
Oh my god.
Oh my
God,
goodness. Chloe Humphreys she didn't even bat an eyelid.
Yeah, man.
Gosh, are you a fan of Subway sandwiches, Chloe? And are you upset by the fact they're not bread anymore?
No, I feel like everyone kind of says that Subway is a healthy option, when in reality it's really not.
It's
I'm not saying Subway is bad. I'm just saying like everyone is like, oh yeah, Subway, like it's healthier than XYZ, and it's like, well, not really.
That's like saying being slapped is better than being punched in the face. Like, yeah, it is, but still not a good experience, is it?
Yeah, so...
Yeah. Wow.
But Subway
Chloe.
cookies, though, I will defend.
Oh, they're
Subway
so good! Oh my god!
Excellent.
Okay, here's what you gotta do.
Subway cookies are available, but
here's
Subway
what you gotta
cookies
do.
are...
You gotta get some Subway cookies and then put them in, get them into little chunks and put them in ice cream. Which that
Oh, that does sound good.
That's very
I've never
good.
tried that, but I want to.
Would anyone else like to know another interesting fact, food-related fact?
I mean, that one
Of
wasn't really a fact.
similar
That
ilk.
was more a suggestion.
Well, it's a similar ilk. You see, it's here's the thing. In America, Tic Tacs can be marketed as sugar-free, and in fact are marketed as sugar-free, despite being made up almost entirely of sugar, because in order for something to be qualified as sugar-free, it has to have less than 1 milligram of sugar in it, and each individual Tic Tac weighs less than 1 milligram.
Nice.
Ah, that's very interesting. I didn't know that, but I know now. There we are. So just to give you a recap of the headline, some Subway sandwiches too sugary to legally be bread. The Supreme Court of Ireland rules that the sandwich chain sandwiches have too much sugar and therefore have to pay VAT. So there we are. That's how it went to court, and that's how it got ruled.
I don't know why it even ended up in court. Neither.
I don't know who took
It's just
Subway
one of those
to
things
court,
that it's like, oh, okay, that happened, but how did it even get to this point in the first place?
Exactly. I don't know. Maybe we have to see those VAT
Ollie, you're just
lawyers.
gonna have to go and.
Someone's got a real rage boner for Subway.
Really, those VAT lawyers have to.
Yeah.
They've got to
money
find
somehow.
something to do with
They
it.
went so many times and there weren't any meatballs left or the meatball marinara, and they were just so annoyed.
So they decided to enact their revenge.
Yeah.
That's very, very true. So yes, well done, Chloe. All 3 points. Right, the next headline I think is a little bit more tricky than that one. It's from the USA Today, and it's this: Meet Lady Blank, the 67-year-old who blanked a man blanking her friend.
Whoa!
Meet Lady Di, the however old she was person who came back to life after being killed by MI5. I don't know, man.
No, that was very far off what the original headline even was. So I think
Read it out again.
I'll repeat the headline for the benefit of everyone listening. So, Meet Lady Blank, the 67-year-old who blanked a man blanking her friend.
Maybe she did blank a man blanking her friend.
None of the words are blank or blanking. I can assure you, from the headline, she was neither blanking the man nor was the man blanking her friend. I can assure you of that.
Okay.
Did she shoot the man that was shooting her friend?
No, not particularly shooting.
Is the third word like burgling or robbing or something?
You know what? I'll give you that. It's not what the exact headline was, but when you read the story, it's kind of linked. So I'll give you that, John. So Meet Lady. So it's Meet Lady Blank, the 67-year-old who blanked a man attacking her friend, but obviously it was part of a robbery in which he was attacking her.
Did she track him down?
No, she didn't track him down.
Did she clobber
him?
What was that, Tristan?
Oh, I said clobber. Did she clobber him?
No, I can't.
Did she simply catch him?
No.
Apprehend, arrest, subdue.
No.
Make love to passionately.
Date.
No, it's a lot more in line than that. So Tristan was close, but I'm not sure clobbering I could really give it to.
Punching, hitting,
Smacking.
attacking, assaulting.
You know what? I'll give that to Patrick. It was Meet Lady Blank, the 67-year-old who beat up a man attacking her friend.
Okay.
So
Meet
there we are.
Lady Badass.
No.
Lady Punch.
No, it's a type of profession, I guess you should say.
Lady Dentist. Lady
No.
Doctor. Lady Post Officer. Lady
Okay, I'll give you all a
Man.
hint. You might find I can give you 3 hints, but I'll give you the first one for what it could be. So this is the hardest of them all. There are some teenagers who might be in this profession.
Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, you know what? That's
Fast
fine.
food restaurant.
No,
person.
Chloe, you got it right. So it's Meet
what?
Lady, Meet Lady Ninja, the 67-year-old who beat up a man attacking her friend. Right? So the headline is this is my favourite bit of it. The 4'10" Lorenza Marico, I think that's how it's pronounced, has a black belt in jiu-jitsu and saved her 82-year-old neighbour from a robbery. So
I
there
can't
we are.
believe that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles actually got me an answer right. In something.
There we are. So well done, everyone.
How many teenage ninjas do you know, Ollie?
Only 4. Teenage. That's what I was. Cause I was going to go teenage, and the next one I was going to be if they were mutants, and then it was going to be if they were turtles. And if you didn't get it after that, then I wouldn't have given any of you the point. But there we are. So at the end of that round, have I tapped the ball correctly? So I got 3, 4. Yeah, I believe I have.
Literally a math student.
Yes, I know, but there we are. So in fourth place after that round with 1 point is Tristan.
Oh no.
Sorry, Tristan.
I was doing so well with my point earlier, but now it hails in comparison.
In third place with 2 points is Patrick.
Hey, let's
2 whole points, gosh.
In second place with 4 points is Mr. John Lee. Well done, John.
No, I'm being beaten.
And in first place with 5 whole points is Chloe. Well done, Chloe.
Thanks.
Blimey.
Okay, so the creative answer, we've got another song break now, so we have another creative answers round. So I'll give you the creative problem I need help with for you to think of during the song, and then I'll let you guess the song. So creative answers. I have tried travelling to the United States and got taken into custody as coincidentally someone who looks exactly like me with the same name is a US fugitive. How do I get out of trouble? So that's the problem I need some creative help with. But before you give me those answers, we're going to have a song break. I said I would give you a chance to guess what the song would be for a point. The headline is, again, how the new James Bond film, No Time to Die, has been moved to 2021. So obviously you've got the James Bond bit, which was from Skyfall, as you might have guessed. So something to do with move to 2021. Do any of you want to have a guess at the song?
Is it Ride on Time?
No, it's not Ride on Time. Anybody else?
Does it have something to do with the number 21?
No. It
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 21 by Taylor Swift.
Firstly, it's 22 by Taylor Swift.
Nah, bro, it's 21.
You know.
21, man. I'm feeling real 21 right now.
No, it's nothing to do with that. There's no numbers in the song title. I'll give you that as a hint.
My Future, Billie Eilish.
Oh, is it 21st Century Boy?
No, there's no numbers in the title.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Well, you see, it's written out, you silly face.
Okay, I'll give you another hint, and then if none of you get it after this hint, I'll just tell you. So it's something to do with moving. There's a song to do with moving.
Got to move it, move it.
Move on up.
No, neither of those. Anyone want to hazard a guess, or
Moving by Supergrass.
No. John, you haven't said any.
Classified.
Do you know any songs to do with moving, John?
No, I can't really think
The
of any.
Locomotion, Kylie Minogue.
No, it's nothing to do with Kylie Minogue. There we are. So I'll let you know. So the song is "She Moves in Her Own Way" by the Cooks.
Okay.
So that was the song. So
can you repeat the creative question, please?
Yes, I can. Yes, of course. So I have tried travelling to the United States and got taken into custody as coincidentally someone who looks exactly like me with my name is a US fugitive. How do I get out of trouble? Okay, so that's the creative problem. That's the problem I need creative help with. I wish you all the best of luck. And in the meantime, this is "She Moves in Her Own Way" by the Cooks.
Let's start.
So at my show on Monday, I was hoping someday you'd be on your way to better things. It's not about your makeup or how you try to shape up to these tiresome paper dreams. Paper dreams, honey. So now you pour your heart out, you're telling me you're far out, not about to lie down for your cause. But you don't pull my strings, cause I'm a better man, moving on to better things. But I love her because she moves in her own way. But she came to my show to hear about my day. And at a show on Tuesday, she was in her mindset, tempered furs and spangled boots. Looks are deceiving, make me believe it. And these tiresome paper dreams. Paper dreams, honey, yeah. So won't you go far, tell them you're a keeper. Not about to lie down for your cause. And you don't pull my strings, cause I'm a better man. Moving on to better things. But oh, I love her because she moves in her own way. But oh, she came to my show, you see about my day. Yes, I wish I would ever make it through all the summers. Get there, instead of kicking us back down to the surface. Yes, I wish I would ever make it through all the summers. Get there, instead of kicking us back down to the surface. But I love her because she moves in her own way. But she came to my show just to hear about my day. But I love her because she moves in her own way. But she came to my show just to hear about my day.
There we are. That was She Moves in Her Own Way by The Cooks. I hope you all enjoyed that. And I hope that you, contestants, enjoyed giving me some creative answers to my problem. Throughout that sound break, I'll repeat the problem once again, just for everyone to be all on the same page. So, I have tried travelling to the United States and have been taken into custody as, coincidentally, someone who looks exactly like me with my name is a US fugitive. How do I get out of trouble? There we are. So, Patrick, let's hear from you first. What can I do?
Okay, so when you get taken into custody, you get one phone call. Phone up the British Embassy, you stupid idiot! You have a British passport, you're a British citizen, you're obviously not American. Just get them to sort it out for you, for fuck's sake, you stupid idiot. I'm gonna freak out, what's gonna happen? Nothing's gonna happen to you, because you're not a criminal. Obviously you're not. Maybe you are a criminal, but for other reasons. But you're not wanted by the United States. Presumably, you've travelled there, and presumably you're British, because we're all British here, so you've probably travelled from a British airport, and all that kind of stuff. So, it's not a particularly difficult situation to get out of. It might take a couple of hours, but get over yourself.
Oh, my sweet
Wow.
summer child.
Wow, that's oof. I feel I've been taken to the core. That wasn't. Wow. Thank you very. I mean, I definitely have a solution to the problem. Thank you very much, Patrick. John Lee, do you have any solutions?
Right. So what you want to do, if you're taken into any sort of prison or something when you're being taken into custody, you've got to escape. I was thinking of digging a tunnel. Actually, what's better is to escape via force when they deliver your food to you. Like the gap in the door. So every time they try and deliver food, you insult them. Like you say, that you say something really terrible, like like catapults are better than trebuchets, or something like that, or something like that. Your father was a goat, your mother stank of elderberries, or something like that. And then you
Hamster! It's a hamster!
Oh, that's the one.
Can't even get your references right.
And anyway, and they'll soon have to fight.
No.
And so that they won't be able to resist this insult. And so when they fling open the door to try and fight you, and then you throw the hot food in the face, and then once again Dragon Ball Z music starts playing, and you make your way to escape the prison and to go get back to the old U of K. So yes.
That's beautiful, John. That's very, very Grand Theft Auto-esque from you there, John. That was A lot more violent than I was expecting. But you know what? We love to see it.
Yeah, so
Tristan,
you go into a few strip clubs along the way, see a few prostitutes.
it's
Sorry,
all
go
part
on.
of the part of the brand, isn't it, John? That's what you've got to build. Tristan, do you have any creative solutions for me?
Yeah, so clearly the answer here is to be someone who the law does not apply to. Now, my initial thought was you could pretend to be an animal of some kind, insist that you're a dog, say woof a few times, woof woof, I'm a dog, you can't prosecute me. But I thought that might not be convincing enough, so I decided the
Oh
best
dear,
way
what
to make...
gave you that impression?
The best way to not make the law apply to you in America, I thought, start up a big hotel chain, maybe some casinos, restaurants, big business, become a billionaire or a trillionaire or whatever it is, probably become the president as well.
He's barely a
might as
millionaire,
well.
but you can continue going on, Tristan. I just want to make
well,
that point clear.
I'm not referring to any specific individual here. Just to be clear, this is entirely hypothetical. This is just general advice, not specific at all. But once you have achieved your great levels of success in becoming rich and famous and president, then the law won't apply to you, so you'll be fine.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a big brain move, Tristan. That's a very, very good idea. I can't understand how you could have possibly thought that up. You definitely don't have any case studies to look at.
It's never actually happened. I just feel like it would work.
Yeah, I can see why, and I strangely I also agree with you. I could also see how it could work. But we'll have to see. Chloe, creative answers, please.
So, something that we can tell from this is that clearly, quite a normal name held by several people. That's fine, okay? But it's just your government name, right? It's just something that goes on the legal documents because you're a celebrity. So what you need to do is the next time you travel is get as many of your friends as possible to come to the airport when you arrive there and mob you. Get them to take pictures and scream out your stage name, Holly Dobson. And then airport security will realise that, oh, that's just his on-paper name. He's actually this clearly a super famous Holly Dobson who would never be a wanted fugitive. And that's how you do it. And you'll sail right through.
That's beautiful. I can't wait for me to live my future life as Holly Dobson. I wonder what I'd be famous for. If I was ever famous, what would Holly Dobson be famous for? To me, it seems like a celebrity chef would be like Holly Dobson. But I don't really know. Maybe I'll have to have a think of that. So thank you all for your creative answers. I very much enjoyed them all. I think... who should I go for? I think I'm going to go for Tristan. Purely because of the overwhelming creativity and the imaginativity, if that's not a word, of his answer. I have no clue how he thought of it. It's quite incredible. There we are. So next round. This round is true or false. So I'm going to. There's two sets of it. All of you will get a chance to vote. So you have a chance to all earn some big points here. I will give you. There's two headlines, and you have to say whether the headline is true or false. So the first headline is: second-hand woolly jumper leads to school health scare. So, do you think that's true or false? So let's start with you, Tristan. Do you think that the second-hand woolly jumper leads to school health scare is a headline or no?
Oh, well, this is interesting because I can imagine you coming up with it and being very happy with it. And I like the word woolly, and maybe you like the word woolly as well. I've got to analyse this. It's important. And I feel confident that there's a good chance you would have front loaded something that you came up with, because you might think to yourself, aha, they won't know what real is like and what things I made up are like until they've heard one. So I'll get one past them that's not real. So for those reasons, for that reason, and because of the word woolly that I like and you probably also like, I'm gonna go with real. Not real. You made
Not
it up.
real.
That's what I'm going with. Yes.
So you're going for false, is how it's described.
That's right.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much for that, Tristan. John, do you think it's true or false, that headline?
Well, I can just see it happen because it's not the craziest thing to cause a scare in schools. Like you guys ever saw this, but like ages ago, like on Russell Howard's Good News, they did a thing that Russell Howard did a piece in some school. They had banned triangular flapjacks from the school canteen because if it was launched as the projectile, it could cause some serious damage. And like some kid had chucked a triangular flapjack at another kid and had hurt them. And so like this school had made a rule to only do square flapjacks. But so yeah, I can see it being true. So I'm gonna go with true.
You're gonna go with true. That's wonderful, John. Thank you very much. Patrick, true or false?
Now, yes. Here's the thing. In this country, we have school. We have school uniforms.
Yeah.
So why would you need a second-hand one? Huh?
Who said that the headline was from this country?
Well. That, my friend, biscuit. Here's the thing. Here's the other thing. Most other places refer to it as a sweater. How do you explain that one?
Listen,
Patrick.
How do you explain that?
I'm not liable to explain anything. I'm just merely a host.
You can't. I'm going false. I'm all in on false.
Part of me thinks it could be true though, because like we're living in COVID times, right? So a second-hand anything at this point could actually cause a health scare. But how many school uniforms do have a woolly jumper? Not many. So I'm also going to go for false.
Go for false. Okay. Well, very interesting. For the record, I wore a jumper for my school uniform.
Yeah, but was it woolly though?
Yeah, was it? How woolly was this jumper? I had a jumper. I wouldn't describe it as woolly. It might have been made a bit of wool, but it wasn't particularly woolly.
There might have been some traces of wool in there. But you are correct. It is false.
I knew it!
I
knew you liked the word woolly, and it's a good word, and I don't blame you.
I can't believe it's that got it.
Very sorry, John. But if it was true, it would have been on the website challengesofcharityshopping.org. And so, yeah.
It wasn't.
It wasn't, but if it was true, that's what it would have been.
Is that a real website?
Somebody buy the domain.
Yeah, so say,
do it now,
if any of you listening want to buy the domain, go ahead. Okay, so next headline: Florida bar tells veterans, "Your service dogs can stay, but you must leave." Okay, so John, what do you think? Florida bar tells veterans, "Your service dogs can stay, but you must leave."
Wait, sorry. Could you? I'm so sorry. Could you say that again one more time for me?
Yes. Florida bar tells veterans, "Your service dogs can stay, but you must leave.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ! Oh wow. Oh my god.
Whoa, John. Okay, can we not take the Lord's name in vain, please? Thank you very much.
Oh my god. I was just a bit shocked.
It's so shocking. The most shocking headline ever.
It's literally started to rain where I am, John. Alright, you made God cry. You made God cry.
Oh man. Xenos. Fiddlesticks. Oh, dearie me. No, well, okay, that's crazy though. I feel like that's so crazy in a way. It's like you can't have made it up.
So,
In a way.
does that mean you're going true, John?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go with my gut again, and I'm gonna say it's true. Yeah.
There you go for true. Thank you very much, John. Right, Patrick, true or false?
Yeah, see, this is the exact kind of dumb shit which happens in Florida all the time. Yeah. Yeah, you see, the thing is, it's a little known fact about America. It's populated by idiots.
Okay.
And because of that, I will go for true.
True for Patrick. Thank you very, very much. Wonderful. Right, who's next? Chloe, true or false?
I think it's probably going to be true.
Okay. True for Chloe. That's wonderful. I don't want to provide any backstory, or just because of what everyone else has said?
Well, I can kind of see it because, service dogs are nice.
It's true. It is true.
And, service dogs don't get drunk and destroy property. Well, they can destroy property. They have to... So... They just might be less
hey, Chloe, alright,
to.
those people have served their country, okay? They've seen some shit, right, okay? If they have some kind of episode, that's not their fault, alright, okay? The system should be providing for them. How dare you, Chloe? Fucking dead.
Why are you so horrible to me?
I really
Poor
don't
Chloe.
know. It's something which has come up over the years.
That's sad. But anyway, you went for true, Chloe.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I am.
Brilliant. And Tristan, true or false?
Well, okay, here's the thing. The thing is, I'm basically 100% sure this is true, but the problem is, if I say it's true, and it is true, I'm basically gaining nothing, because we've all said it's true. Whereas, if it's false, and I said it was false, then I'd get a point, and no one else would get a point.
Ah, yes.
You're
Gaming
correct.
the system.
Yeah. Except, of course, that's very unlikely, given that it seems really very true. But, I feel tempted to take a risk that I fully believe won't pay off, because it's the only way I'm gonna get ahead is by taking risks and going a different way to you guys. So even though I'm really sure it's true, both because it seems believable and because the syntax feels like the sort of thing that comes up in headlines but not in satirical headlines, I'm still going to go with false, despite all my beliefs.
False. Okay, wow.
Yes.
Can I
It
do
goes
that
against
as well?
every
Wait,
fibre
John,
of your
if you
being.
do it too,
Yeah, that ruins the entire point.
So, John,
it's too late, John.
Yeah, you've locked in your answer, John.
No.
If any of you want a last-minute change, I will allow it.
Oh, no, you can't
But-
do that.
In
but this-
solidarity with Tristan, absolutely not.
Yeah, in solidarity with Tristan, I...
Right. I'm
Can
sorry.
I change to false, please?
Why don't you all change to false and I'll change to true? I'd be happy with that.
Oh!
Right. You
Ollie,
know what?
you're
I will allow you to change to false, John. But
Yes.
that if you decide to, that's your final decision, and I'll give everyone else the opportunity to change as well if they so wish. So is anyone wanting to change from true to
No.
false or false to true?
No, I'm not a scumbag.
Okay, Tristan, do you want to change or are you happy to
Me?
ask?
No, I'm staying.
Patrick and I understand, the bro code
Yeah,
very
man.
clearly.
I see. That's
John
beautiful.
just betrayed the bro code.
Oh,
Yes.
oof.
Gonna have
Wow.
to take away your bro license there, man.
Yeah, gotta
You-
take
you
away
really
that bro
will.
license.
Really well. So, Chloe and Patrick, you're on true. John and Tristan, you're on false.
Yes.
Florida
Yeah.
bar tells veterans your service dogs can stay, but you must leave. It is, in fact, false. No, it's not
Oh!
joking. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's true.
Oh no!
It's true. Sorry, it is true.
I knew
Chloe,
it.
Chloe and Patrick, very well done. John, my heart was breaking for you. What were you doing?
Twit.
That is it's Florida, but specifically it's from, I assume, Orlando, because it was reported on clickorlando.com.
Wow.
Effectively, to give you a bit of background, the barman said there's no animals allowed in the pub or the bar, so he asked them to leave. And then when they said they were a service dog, the man said, fine, well, because they're a service dog they can stay, but you still brought in animals against the rules, so you still have to leave because you broke the rules.
What?
Nice.
So yeah, and now the veterans who experienced this are now suing the man for disability discrimination.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
good.
that's the story. So that's wonderful. Right, so
I knew it was true. I was right.
Tristan, you should have gone for it. There we are.
No, I would have gained nothing. I have no regrets.
Well, actually, you would have gained something now if John decided to switch to false and you decided to switch to true.
That is
Yeah,
true.
Because
it's-
John would have gained a point.
I must admit, Tristan, based on the points tally right now, I'll go over it. Even if you get every single point remaining, you cannot win.
Oh my god! You're gonna do him like that, Ollie? You're just gonna do him like that?
I'm very sorry to say, Tristan, but there we are. Actually, I'll do a little recap of the points right now whilst we're here.
no.
So, in 4th place with 3 points is Tristan.
It's an improvement from last time we checked the points.
It's true, you have gained points. In joint 2nd place with 4 points each is Patrick and John.
Ooh. Hello, John.
But storming ahead in 1st place with a whopping 7 points is Chloe. So, well done, Chloe.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
Yeah, so we have one more round and then a song break as well. So the final round is another creative answers. So I'll give you a problem. Once again, you need to give me a creative answer. I'll pick my favourite. So the problem is I have to revise for an upcoming exam, but I can only remember the lyrics to seminal hit Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler. How do I use the song to learn the exam content? And to make it easier for you, even though I do study maths for my degree, I will accept any subject matter if you so wished. So I will not hold the subject matter against you if you decided to change it to something else. If you didn't want to use it at all, that's also fine. Do what you want. I'm not here to tell you how to live your lives. But yeah, so that's the problem. I want some creative solutions to that, please. But before that, we'll have a song break. It, again, is related to the title. New James Bond film No Time to Die moves to 2021. We've already had Skyfall by Adele, which is the James Bond bit, and the She Moves in Her Own Way by the Cooks, which is the movement bit. So does anyone know how to take a guess at the final song we've listened to today to get a point? It is to do with the number 21. It has the number 21 in
I
the
don't know
title.
about you, but I'm feeling 21.
No, it's not.
Is it some
21 Pilots.
No, not
21
Pilots.
Jump Street,
21
the movie soundtrack.
21
No.
Guns by Green Day?
She's only gone and done it.
Oh,
Chloe
Really?
Humphrey. Yes, Chloe Humphreys. It is 21 Guns by Green Day. So you'll get a point for that. And yeah, this is 21 Guns by Green Day. I hope you all enjoy.
myself suffocating. Does the pain weigh out the pride? And you look for a place to hide. Did someone break your heart inside? You're in ruins. 121 guns, lay down your arms, give up the fight. 121 guns, throw up your arms into the sky. You and I. When you're at the end of the road and you lost all sense of control and your thoughts have taken their toll, when your mind breaks the spirit of your soul, your faith walks on broken glass. And the hangover doesn't pass. Nothing's ever built to last. You're in ruins. 121 guns, lay down your arms, give up the fight. 121 guns, throw up your arms into the sky. You and I. Did you try to live on your own when you burned down the house at home? Did you stand too close to the fire like a liar looking for forgiveness from the storm? When it's time to live and let die, and you can't get another try, something inside this heart has died. You're in ruins. 121 guns, lay down your arms, give up the fight. 121 guns, throw up your arms into the sky. 121 guns, lay down your arms, give up the fight. 121 guns, throw up your arms into the sky. You and I.
There we are. That was wonderful. That is 21 Guns by Green Day. So yeah, very well done to Chloe for getting that final point. And yeah, we're now on the final round now. That's upsetting, isn't it? Another creative answers round. Before the song break, I asked you to give me creative solutions to the problem. I have to revise for an upcoming exam, but I can only remember the lyrics to seminal hit Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler. How do I use the song to learn the exam content?
Props for using the word seminal.
Thank you. It's one of my favourites. So yes, since you've already spoken, Chloe, we'll start with you then. How do I revise for an upcoming exam when I can only remember Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler?
Okay, so this song, Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler, was famously used in a scene in Shrek 2. It was a very high action scene, and spoilers, they invade the castle and there's romance and action and heartbreak, and it's a very, very good sequence. But obviously this was sung by the fairy godmother, and she does a very, very good version of it. So but she must have prepared for that performance, right? So
She must have.
And gone through hours of rehearsal to achieve, greatness in her vocal range. So all you need to do is enter the Shrek universe at a point before that scene happens to the fairy godmother while she's rehearsing and explain your situation, and obviously she'll fully sympathise because fairy godmothers are there to help you solve your problems. And not only does this benefit her because she can learn the song by singing your content to you, but you also benefit as well because you get to learn. So it helps and benefits everybody.
It's very, very true. Thank you very much for that. I just googled that fairy godmother in Shrek 2 was played by Jennifer Saunders. So
Yeah,
Yes,
I thought that
there
was
we
common
are.
knowledge.
Yeah.
I didn't know it. I was going to say Julie
now
Andrews,
you know.
but she sounds nothing like Julie Andrews. But that's what I was going to say. But there we are.
Julie
Tris-
Andrews is the queen, isn't she?
Yes, she is. Yes, that's now you mentioned that's correct. God, that cast is way too highbrow for Shrek.
Excuse me,
Tris-
Shrek is a masterpiece.
That's very true, but still, I mean, it's a lot of big names there. Tristan, do you have any creative solutions for me?
Yeah, so here you are, you're about to go into an exam. It's your cookery exam. You are a cook in training. But unfortunately, because you can only remember the lyrics to this song, you can't remember what you're planning to cook. But good news, there must be a reason why this is the song you've learnt the lyrics to. So you're going to go through the lyrics and look for clues to see what it is you're going to be cooking. So I will proceed to help you now. Where have all the good men gone? That's how it starts. It's got the word good in it, so you know that what you're going to be cooking is going to be good. You're going to like it. It's going to be delicious. We're going to be here a while. Now, we've got, where's the streetwise Hercules to fight the rising odds? Rising is going to be something that rises. That's going to be very important. Isn't there a white knight upon a fiery steed? Well, that word white, that sounds pretty important. Maybe you're going to be using some kind of white flour. What kind of white flour? What could you be making? Well, late at night you toss and turn and dream of what you need because you're going to be holding out for a hero till the end of the night. What usually gets made shortly before the end of the night in time for the morning light? Well, it's going to be something that is traditionally made in the early hours of the morning that you might be able to buy in the early hours of the morning. It's going to be larger than life. It's going to get bigger. What could it be? You're gonna be fresh from the fight. That's right. It's something that is well known for being fresh, that smells delicious. Oh yes. And through the wind and the chill and the rain, it's gonna chill. It's gonna have to cool down once you've cooked it. It's not gonna be something that you necessarily eat immediately. Maybe you might even keep it for a few days and keep using it. And of course, at the end of the song, you've got woo woo, lots of woos, according to the online lyrics, which I will not.
Oh,
sing.
you're not just reciting this from memory? Oh,
No, sorry,
I'm so
I'm
What a
not
upset.
disappointment.
to double check. Obviously, I would recite it from memory, but details are important. I know that you will be reciting it from memory as you go in to cook. Woo is, of course, the sound that you make when you are delighted you have succeeded at making bread. You have got that bread. That is what you've made, bread. And in fact, there is a Shrek connection to this because, as you will remember, the giant gingerbread man is one of the characters who features during the sequence in question with this song in Shrek 2. And so that is another thing to remind you of the fact that the thing you are cooking is none other than bread.
That's wonderful. Thank you very, very much.
What has
Tristan.
just happened?
I don't know, but I want to like.
That was that I feel enlightened after hearing that. Thank you very much, John. You've got a tough act to follow. Can you do it?
I got it. Okay. Well. So I think you said did you say before we played the song that it could be a different to the one that you specifically mentioned, or am I making that up?
I said because I know that all of you know that I study mathematics at university. That's my
See,
subject.
John, that's why Tristan talked about cooking for the past 5
Yeah,
minutes.
I said don't feel pinned down by the subject I study. The holding out for a hero by Bonnie Tyler was a very much a key part of the question. Give me your answer. Give me your answer anyway, John. If I enjoy it enough, then that's fine. What song have you replaced "Holding Out for a Hero" by Bonnie Tyler with?
Well, I replaced it with "Help" by the Beatles.
John, that's the
Oh
whole
my
point.
god!
Why? John, you're an incredibly smart man. Why are you being so silly?
No, it's an understandable thing to do.
Of all the songs too.
Is it? I'm not sure.
Oh my god.
I tell you what, John. That's the most entertained I think I've been so far. I must admit though, John, unless you can change it round very quickly, I'm not going to be able to give you a point for using "Help" by the Beatles. If you would you like to? I don't know. What would you like to do, John?
Well,
Do you want to improvise, or just want to move on and cut your
I
losses
kind of
here?
want to hear his original answer, to be honest.
Or you can give your original answer.
Give the original answer.
Yeah, I need to.
Okay, yeah. Well, so it's "Help" by the Beatles. So the idea was that, I would ask the Beatles. I'd write the lyrics of "Help," on my exam paper, and then the Beatles would come to you. They would the spirits of John, Paul, George, and Ringo would come to you, and they would say, "Hey, dude," but they might sound like "Hey, Jude." "Hey, dude, want some help?" Because of course it's been a hard day's night studying.
They came to you in times of trouble.
Exactly, they come to you in times of trouble. Because it's always better with a little help from your friends. So at the end of the day, you'll come together, and you'll get through the exam, and the winter of your discontent will be over. Here comes the sun, you might say. And that's my answer. Thank you very much.
I really, really, really want to hear a Bonnie.
Of the Beatles come to you, even though 2 of them, 50% of the Beatles are still alive. God.
I really, really want to hear a Bonnie Tyler Beatles cover album. That's what I want. John, thank you very much for your answer. It is effectively worthless, but thank you anyway. He's He's not quite right, but he's got the spirit. That's what we can say about you, John. But thank you anyway. Patrick, do you have any headlines for us?
Headlines? I don't have any headlines, but I do have
Headline
a suggestion
solutions?
of what to
Yes.
do.
Sorry, my
okay.
brain
Impulse
is...
out
That's okay,
by
that's
the
okay, that's
Beatles.
alright. So, here's the thing. A genuine, interesting thing about how you study, you can use it at home if you really want to, is that you can essentially train your brain to respond to certain stimuli and therefore recall information. So as in, like, if you study a specific thing while drinking, like, Coca-Cola, and then you drink a Coca-Cola before going into the exam, the same kind of synapses go off in your brain, and you are, like, better at remembering that certain thing, because, like, you go back to that kind of thing. So if you do it enough, obviously it's not just like you do it one time, if you do it enough, then your brain is like, okay, I need to get into, like, this, like history mode, or, like, maths mode, or whatever it is. So you can do a similar thing with Bonnie Tyler. You can study for your exam whilst listening to exclusively Bonnie Tyler. Then before going into the exam, you just sing it to yourself or you listen to it again. And if you're in the middle of the exam, you can just kind of like, play it along in your head. And hopefully you should be able to, do a bit better in that exam.
Thank you very much, Patrick. I guess I could also listen to the Beatles. That would be another possible solution, but maybe not at the same time. It's okay. Thank you very much. So, right. I tell you what, it feels like it's been a lifetime.
Yeah, it's
since
been
I
an
heard Chloe's answer. But I think I'm going to give the point to Tristan. I think that was the one with the
Tristan's
most.
Odyssey.
Yeah, the most relevant information, I would say. Cough, John, cough. So
It must relevant information despite my actual scientific basis for how to study.
Yeah,
Fake bread!
Barney Tyler isn't scientific; she's magical, and I feel that's the thing. But anyway, I've gone for Tristan, but it's okay. So, the points. It's a big score. In joint second place, with 4 points apiece, we have Patrick, Tristan, and John.
Tristan made it back up! Whoa!
Yeah,
Wow.
Tristan, you made it back up to joint second place in the final round. You snatched it, and then in first place with a whopping 8 points, it is Chloe. Well done, Chloe. Congratulations.
Guys, we need to gang up on Chloe so we can win instead. Come on.
Yeah, next time maybe I'll host again, and all three of you can be on one team and take on Chloe, and then
Oh my god.
That's how you'll.
Impossible.
That's how you win. But anyway, thank you all for being on Talking the Devil with me today. I really, really appreciate it. You've been wonderful, wonderful contestants. I hope to see you on here again.
Wonderful host.
Yeah, thank you.
You flatter me, Patrick. And thank everyone for listening at home. We really do appreciate it. We hope you had fun. I know I have had fun. I imagine you'll probably be listening to this. John, where's this posted out? It's on YouTube. Is anywhere else it's posted?
It is, yes.
Where?
Yeah, where? Where is the relevant follow-up?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
What is wrong with you today? Are you feeling alright? Are you okay?
I'll tell you what. You know what? If you're listening to it somewhere else, don't follow us on there. Just go over to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, so you can listen to future episodes of Talk of the Devil or anything else that we do as part of the Lancaster University Comedy Institute. And follow us on other socials. I believe we have an Instagram. Do we have a Twitter as well? Maybe
We do have Twitter.
We have
Twitter.
everything these days.
I tell you what, I really should have prepared this better. But you know what? Just Google Lancaster University Comedy Institute and just find us somewhere and follow us on there. So yeah, you can find out what we're doing in the future. If you're a member of Lancaster University and you want to join the society, join the society. It's a great place to be. I have tremendous fun being part of it, and I hope that you will too. And again, yes, if in the future we do many things in the society, not just Talk of the Devil. We also do stand-up, improv, sketch comedy. We're not sure if we'll be able to put on any shows anytime soon because of coronavirus, but you know what, if you follow us on those socials, maybe in the future you can come watch us. That'll be a great time for all involved, won't it? And And yeah, thank you. I think to round it off, we'll just be seen out by Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler, or as John likes to call it, Help by the Beatles. So yeah. Thank you guys. See you again soon.
Help! I need somebody. Help! Not just anybody. Help! I need someone.
Where have all the good men gone, and where are all the gods? Where's the streetwise earth that leads to pie
I hate you, John
Well
Lee.
then.
I love you, John.
John Lee. There we are. Let me just stop this now. How do I stop this? Right.